Good evening and welcome to the final game of this South Dakota NAIA Basketball Classic. 2 days here at the Pentagon. We are live from Heritage Court. This is Lee Palmer, as this will be our final contest, as the Dakota Wesleyan Tigers will face the Dakota State Trojans. This tournament tipped off yesterday at 2 o'clock with the women, as Dakota Wesleyan won 89-57 over Presentation College. And then it was the men that won 86-69. And the nightcap for the women, it was 77-69 Mount Marty over Dakota State Lady T's. And then in a great game, Dakota State came away with a 10-0 run in the last 4 minutes of the game to win 71-64 over Mount Marty. Today, Mount Marty, the women kicked it off against Presentation with a 79-65 win. And then in probably what's been our closest and one of our best games of the weekend, Presentation came away with a 70-69 win over Mount Marty on a last-second free throw. And then the game previous to this, the lady for the women, Dakota Wesleyan 106, and the Lady T's 45. So this is the 8th and final game of this, as the Dakota Wesleyan Tigers face off against the Trojans. Dakota Wesleyan will be in white, and they will be the visitors tonight. At guard, a 6'3" senior from Madison, South Dakota, Trey Vandenberg. At forward, a 6'5" senior from Madison, Wisconsin, Nigel Drury. At another guard, a 6'3" sophomore from Omaha, Nebraska, Tyson Smiley. At another guard, a 6'3" sophomore from Del Rapids, South Dakota, Ty Hoagland. And a 6'6" senior from Sioux Falls, number 40, Jason Spicer. So Coach Matt Wilbur's team, Vandenberg, Drury, Smiley, Hoagland, and Spicer. Starting lineups for the Trojans for interim coach Michael Larson, as Coach Gary Gardner's recovering from pancreatic surgery. At one guard, number 0, 5'9" senior from Crook, South Dakota, Brendan Boomsma. At one forward, a 6'4" junior from Waterloo, Iowa, number 3, Keenan Johnson. At another guard, a 6'3" senior from Cincinnati, Ohio, Kevin Daniels. From Mission, South Dakota, a 6'9" junior forward, Justin Falkers. And then from Cedar Rapids, Iowa, at forward, a 6'6" junior, number 24, Michael Arrington. So Coach Michael Larson will have Boomsma, Johnson, Daniels, Falker, and Arrington, as they will be in their blue with gold numbers. Dakota Wesleyan, last night beat Presentation 86-69. They were led on that way by Jason Spicer with 27 points. Hoagland chipped in 17 and then balanced from then out with the starters of Smiley, Drury, and Vandenberg. 84 of the 86 points came from the starters for Dakota Wesleyan. Last night, it was Kevin Daniels with 22 points, as they put up 71. And we're going to have Daniels with the ball right away down the lane. Kick to the corner. Three-point shot up and in and good, as Arrington's first bucket puts the Trojans up 3-0. Drury with the ball. Gets it over to Smiley. Spicer, Drury for three. That's good. 1 for 1 for each team to start off, and we've got our first tie of the ball game. Three-point shot. Boomsma, no good. That one's rebounded by Vandenberg. Vandenberg, cross court. Hoagland for three. His shot off the rim, no good. And Daniels with the rebound. Boomsma with it. Off the curl, inside feed. That's a great look as Folkers from Arlington gives the Trojans a 5-3 lead. Both teams will not hang on to the ball very long. Spicer looks for Hoagland. He couldn't hang on to it. Turnover. As that goes out of bounds, Drury couldn't save it. Arlington inbounds to Daniels. Boomsma. Daniels takes a three. That's good. So Daniels 1 of 1 for three-point land. Also with a rebound and an assist. And it's a quick 5-point lead for the Trojans. And we're going to have a foul called here. That one's going to go against Folkers. His first, team's first. Folkers, who kind of took over the second half last night for the Trojans on that 10-0 run to win the game. Inside Spicer, good look from Vandenberg as Spicer gets his first 2 points of the night. Boomsma with it. Inside, Folkers up and in. This should be a good battle inside between Folkers and Spicer. Hoagland with it. Over to Vandenberg. Drury. Vandenberg down the lane. Spin move. Up floater. Good. His first bucket. 3 of 4 for Wesleyan. 4 of 5 to start for the Trojans. And Daniels, we're going to have a jump ball. And it should go to Wesleyan, and it will, as that's the first turnover for the Trojans. 1 turnover apiece, 1 rebound apiece. Spicer to Vandenberg. Vandenberg to Spicer, down low. Spicer, and what they thought was a block is going to be a foul against Folkers, and that's going to be his second personal foul. And so Coach Larson's going to have to go to the bench here as Spicer at the free throw line. That one is good. As now checking in is McGreal. Spicer's next one is good. Daniels with it to the left side. Boomsma guarded by Hoagland, and we're going to have an offensive foul as Boomsma is going to get called for driving into Spicer. Three to nothing on the team fouls as Dakota State. Hoagland drives, blocked, and Spicer tried to get it on the rebound, put back, couldn't. Good block by Daniels. Daniels is going to go, and the basket is good, and they're going to get Smiley for the foul. So Daniels steps to the line. And his free throw is good. Lead is 4 for the Trojans. Hoagland, cross court, Vandenberg. Drury back to Hoagland. Hoagland's three-point attempt, no good. Vandenberg with the offensive rebound. Spicer, Drury from the corner, up, in. Second chance points for the Tigers. Daniels feeds inside to Johnson. That's Elder who's checked in for the Trojan. Daniels, turnaround jump shot, up, in, over Smiley. Pushes the lead back to 3. So Hoagland directing traffic, double team, dribbles out of it. Vandenberg slashing in, up, good. Vandenberg now with 4 points. Arrington with it to Johnson. Johnson on the right side gets it over to Elder. Now on the left wing is Daniels. And we're going to have a kick by Smalley. And Amadou checks in for Smalley. Amadou, 5'10" junior guard from Houston. Daniels shot too strong, rebounded by Drury. And Amadou pushes the floor. Hoagland drives, slashing in for 2. And we're going to have a timeout called. It's a 30-second timeout called by Michael Larson, as Wesleyan got out on the break and now has their first lead at 16-15. Vandenberg 4, Drury 6, Hoagland 2, Spicer 4. On the other side, Daniels with 8, Folkers with 4, and Arrington with 3. 16-15's our score. 6 of 8 for the Trojans, 6 of 9 for Wesleyan, 2 of 4 for Wesleyan from 3-point distance, and 2 of 3 for the Trojans. So this is Elder off the right side. Give to Johnson. Johnson to Arrington. Arrington at the top of the key. Johnson with it. Little switch defensively. Johnson pulls up. Shot up and in. Good. As Drury had switched. Ball inside. Spicer forces his way up. No good. Good defense there by McGreal, who's in for Folkers, who's got 2 fouls already. Daniels. Inside. Little sky hook. Rolls around, no good. Drury with the rebound as McGreal misses his first shot. Vandenberg up, no good. Rebound by Elder. Arrington over to Elder on the right side. Elder between the legs. Hands off. Nice feed and a dunk. McGreal slams it home. Spicer with it. He goes up and he's going to be fouled by McGreal. So going back to that last play, good job by Johnson to bring over McGreal's defender. Bounce pass. McGreal wide open, was able to slam it in. Spicer will go to the line to shoot 2. That free throw is good. So Smiley checks back in along with Kramer. Spicer's free throw is good. And Albers checks in for the Trojans along with Boomsma. Barden also checks in for Spicer. So substitutions here at the 13-minute mark. McGreal shot short. Vandenberg with the rebound. Ball movement. Vandenberg. As that's Kramer with it at the top. Vandenberg looks to drive through the defense, and he's going to be fouled. That's going to go on Johnson, and Johnson doesn't like it. Vandenberg will shoot 2. So Vandenberg at the line to shoot 2. Last night, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, as that one's good. 5 of 14 for the field for Trey Vandenberg last night. 0 of 8 from three-point line. Had 12 total points in 29 minutes. Vandenberg's next free throw is good. And Wesleyan retakes the lead, 20-19. Johnson with it. Into the corner. Drive, layup. We're going to have a foul. As that one is called on Colin Kramer. Falcon Albers to shoot 2. He was fouled before he ran into Barden, which is a lot to run into at 6'8". That free throw is good. We're tied. As this is our 3rd tie of the game. And that free throw is good. So another lead change. We're at 4 of those. Three-point shot. Back rim, no good. Barton with the rebound. He goes up and puts it in. Offensive rebound after Kramer had missed the three-point attempt. Back and forth we go. Three-point shot up. Barton comes away with the rebound as Albers couldn't connect. Smiley, reverse layup up and in. 24-21. We're going to have a holding foul, and that one's going to go against Amadou. Ball inbounded. That's Elder with it. Leaves it off to Arrington. Daniels. Back to Arrington. Ball being worked around the perimeter. Elder into Arrington, turn around, or off against Spicer, I should say, and Smiley comes away with the rebound. Smiley loses the handle, Arrington comes up with it. Elder up, no good, rebounded by Smalley. Smalley to Hoagland. Hoagland over to Amadou. Spicer drives down the lane and the big guy puts it in for two. Spicer driving from the top of the key. Spicer with the and one here. As that foul went on Johnson, Arrington, as Johnson came back in. Spicer, free throws good. So it's a 7-0 run here for the Tigers. As that one was tipped by the Tigers, Boomsma comes up with it. Drive down the lane, fouled, no good. As Albers went driving down the lane, Drury's going to get called for the foul. That free throw's no good by Albers. It's an 11-4 run. Excuse me, a 10-4 run, 10-3 run. As Hoagland's able to put that one in. It was 19-19. So it's a 10-3 run at one point. Actually, a 17-19. As that one's good by Hoagland. (30-22), 8-point lead. Largest lead of the night for the Tigers as Johnson gets a favorable bounce and roll. That's their first field goal in a while. As Spicer was able to put another one in, lead is back to 8. Three-point shot, no good by Daniels. Rebounded by the Trojans. Drury with it. Spicer to Hoagland. Hoagland went left, or faked to go right, went left. He's going to be fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot two. As that foul will go on Albers. 9:02 left here in the half. Hoagland's first one's good. (11 of 17 for the Tigers so far, 9 of 17 for the Trojans. Hoagland makes the first two free throws for the Tigers as they're 2 of 5 from the free throw line, 4 of 5 for the Trojans. Arrington with it. Backdoor cut. Johnson. He's going to be fouled by Drury. Good look there by Arrington, as that back cut was there. That's Drury's second, as Johnson will shoot his first 2 free throws of the night. And the first 2 free throws, of the weekend. Vandenberg, Smalley, Hoagland, Spicer, and Amadou on the floor for the Tigers. Johnson, Daniels, Arrington, Elder, and McGreal. We haven't seen Fulker since he got those 2 early fouls about 8 minutes ago. And all the way down the floor and thrown out of bounds on the turnover. And Coach Matt Wilbur wants to know where the foul was on Johnson. Johnson released. They threw it out of bounds. Turnover. Ball goes to the Tigers. Smiley with it. Spicer. Vandenberg. Hoagland. 13-footer good right on the baseline. Spicer with 11, Hoagland with 9 now here in the first half. 8 for Daniels. He's been quiet lately. Inside, Arrington kicks. Daniels thought about it. Gets it to McGreal. Daniels now takes the 3. Rattles around, no good. Spicer saves it into Vandenberg. And the Tigers come out pushing the ball down the floor. Smiley is going to be called for the travel. Stutter stepped before he went. Checking in now for the Trojans is Seth McLeod. As Drury went to the bench with Smiley, and they're going to say that one is off of Hoagland, and it will stay here. 20 seconds on the shot clock. 10-point lead for the Tigers. Elder with it. Over to Daniels. Daniels spin move. Up off the glass, too strong. Vandenberg with the rebound, and it will say Daniels tipped it out of his hand. So Amadou over to Hoagland. Vandenberg, baseline, shot up and good over McGreal. Lead is now 12. Vandenberg with 8. Daniels over to Johnson. Arrington with it. Daniels, step back, free throw line, good. Daniels is now in double digits. Johnson gets the assist on that. And we're going to have a foul called. That's McGreal's second. So he has 2 and Fulkers has 2. And Spicer goes to the line in the bonus. Actually, one more foul and Dakota State will be in the double bonus. Excuse me, not Dakota State, Dakota Wesleyan. And Spicer's first free throw is good. Leads up to 11. Make it 12, as Spicer now is 7 of 7 from the free throw line here in this first half. McGreal with it. McGreal stutter steps, and they're going to call a foul on Spicer. And Coach Matt Wilbur's coming unglued on the sideline. McGreal at the free throw line. And the first one's good. McGreal now with 3 points. Second free throw up and good. Lead has been cut to 10 here at the 6:20 mark. Here in the first half, Hoagland with it. Spicer, baseline drive, off the glass and in. So tough when they're playing the little pick and roll, those two. As Elder now over to Johnson, who gets it to Arrington. Arrington over to Johnson. Johnson takes a deep three, front rim no good. Rebound Spicer. Down the floor, Amadou, and good. And I think that's on McGreal. No, it's on Elder. Amadou goes to the line for the and one. First foul on Elder. 10 team fouls now for the Trojans. Folkers has checked back in. Excuse me, no. McLeod has checked back in. Ball turned over, and the Tigers come up with it. So McLeod and Barden both in. Barden with it pushed off the block, and we're going to get a turnover. He's going to be called for a travel. That's where you want Barden to catch it. That's a good job there by McGreal to push him out. As Boomsma checks back in. Elder with the ball. Over to Boomsma, back to Elder. Johnson. McGreal for three, good. That's McGreal's first three-pointer of the game. 7 points. Hoagland, step back, no good. McGreal with another rebound. Elder with it. Inside McGreal, looks, turn around, hook, foul, and bucket. As that foul will go on Samuel McLeod. That's his first, team seventh, both teams in the bonus. The Tigers are in the double bonus, as McGreal will go to the line to shoot the and one, as he's got 9 already. Make it 10. Spicer back in. And McGreal's going to get called for another foul. That's going to be his third. It's McGreal's third foul, and Spicer goes to the line to shoot foul shots 8 and 9. First one's good. And Arrington checking back in. Spicer, good, 9 of 9 from the free throw line. Ten-point lead for Wesleyan. Arrington in the corner for three, no good. Rebound Vandenberg, and Amadou pushes it down the floor. Kramer back in the game. Amadou with it. He's guarded by Elder. Smiley back to Amadou. Deep three. Too strong. No good. And Boomsma can't hang on to the rebound. Substitution. As Hoagland checks back in. Vandenberg, rotation. Vandenberg cuts, ball to Drury. Over to Hoagland, back to Drury. Vandenberg, bounce pass. That's an opportunity there where Kramer's got to look for a shot. Hoagland, Drury, fakes right. Vandenberg inside, he's fouled. Misses the layup. Is that foul on Elder? I believe so. Vandenberg will go to the line to shoot two. 14 of 15 from the free throw line here in this first half for Wesleyan. Vandenberg makes another one. 9 of 10 for the Trojans. Daniels checks back in. Boomsma, Johnson, Daniels, Arrington, and Albers on the floor as that one's good for Vandenberg. Vandenberg, Drury, Smiley, Hoagland, and Kramer for the Tigers. Daniels into the front court. Arrington with it. Over to Boomsma. Boomsma gets some separation, shoots a long three, and the long rebound back to the Tigers. As Arrington puts that one in off the assist from Albers. Inside look, good job, Smiley. Smiley was able to put that one in. Leads back to 11. Johnson with it, over to Boomsma. Boomsma takes a three, rattles in and out, no good. Smiley with the rebound. Chance to go up by 13 here for the Tigers. And Vandenberg misses the layup. Daniels with the rebound. 17 rebounds for the Trojans. Daniels up, in, good. Smiley going to be called for the foul. 9 rebounds, for the Trojans. 17 rebounds for the Tigers. Checking in is Farquay for the first time. As Albers went to the bench. Daniels' free throw is good. Another substitution. Amadou comes in for Smiley. Amadou with it. Across the timeline. Daniels on him. Hoagland being guarded by Boomsma. Amadou, Drury, Hoagland with it. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Vandenberg. 4 on the shot clock. Hoagland with it. Shoots it at the buzzer. Rims it, no good. And a rebound by Johnson. Chance to cut it to 6. Johnson, stutter step, drives up, redirected by Kramer. And we're going to have a timeout called, 30-second timeout called by Coach Wilbur. 50-42 here. As the Tigers on a 6-2 run. It was 48-36. Now it's 50-42. Get a stop here and a score, keep it to 6. And with all the struggles that the Trojans, have had, (14 of 30 shooting for 46.5%. Hoagland to Spicer. Spicer to Vandenberg. No, keeps it himself, loses his footing. Drury with it. Back to Spicer. Spicer backing down Farquay. Turns around. Little baby hook. He's now got 19. 5 of 6 from the field. 9 of 9 from the charity stripe. Farquay. Drive. Farquay offensive rebound, put back after Boomsma missed the layup. (52-44). The Trojan bench getting excited as we're going to hold for the last shot here. Bump, no foul. Amadou, Drury, Hoagland, NBA distance, front rim, no good. Rebound Daniels. And that's how the half will end as Dakota State trails 52-44. We'll be back in 13 minutes with first half stats as the Trojans trail the Tigers 44-52 here at Heritage Court in the Sanford Pentagon.
Why do we love sports? It's going long. And the alley-oop. It's buzzer beaters. It's watching the champs rise to glory. Midco Sports Network. This is how we do sports.
So, with our free checking, there are a few exceptions.
Wait, what is that? Did you just do air quotes?
Ma'am, just relax.
You did it again.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're still doing it.
Yeah.
Not all free checking is really free. Switch to one that is. Free Plus checking from First Premier Bank. No fees, no minimum balance. Plus earn interest. Get free online and mobile banking and more. Switch today at firstpremier.com/free.
Life pulls you in a million directions, which can make picking up multiple prescriptions multiple times a month a tough pill to swallow. Simplify the way you fill and pick up your prescriptions with SmartSync, the new prescription program from Lewis Drug. Convenient and available at no extra cost, SmartSync saves time by having your prescriptions filled and ready for pickup on the same day each month. SmartSync, just another way Lewis Drug is making life easy. To sign up for SmartSync, talk with your Lewis pharmacist today.
Get a new lease on living. Sell your home with Lloyd Companies and lease with Lloyd Companies. Pick from more than 4,000 townhomes and apartments around Sioux Falls. The perfect place to fit your budget, where you can put away the lawnmower and gain a gym, or ditch the snow shovel and dive into an indoor pool. And we work with you to find a floor plan and flexible lease that work for you. Just one way Lloyd Companies gives you a new lease on living.
Go with Midco. We connect you with powerful, innovative technology. That's the start. Your drive and vision do the rest. Go do something. Yeah, that's definitely a challenge. You and Midco. Let's go.
It's grit. It's metal. It's high tech. It's more than a job. It's a profession. Just 1 weekend a month, 2 weeks a year, or the opportunity for a full-time career. We'll give you the training and skills to work on this nation's most sophisticated aircraft. All we ask in return is your commitment to your country and community. Come find out more at goang.com.
The Sanford Pentagon is proud to be home of the South Dakota High School Basketball Hall of Fame. Please enjoy the celebration of the state's rich basketball history on display throughout the facility.
What's unique about this spot is you're taking a healthcare agency and you're merging it with sports performance. A stronger athlete's going to be a better basketball athlete. So those attributes, if we can help make an athlete a little bit more athletic, those traits will transfer over onto the court.
There's just some things that you can't teach. You know, when a kid is faster and stronger than somebody else from the get-go, they've already got a direct advantage. Every level you move up, the physicality of the game becomes even more and more greater.
We can work with anybody at any age, any skill level. We like to sit down with athletes, find out what the plan is, what their goals are, and then we'll customize a program based on where they're at right now and where they want to go. If you're an athlete, this is the best possible place that you can be.
One athlete can come in one place, a one-stop shop, where they can become a better basketball player and walk right across the street, making yourself a stronger, quicker, faster athlete, all in one location.
Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. For professional calls. For expert calls. Make the right call. Choose the experts. Choose Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
Lee Palmer back here for close to the start of the second half as Dakota Wesleyan leads Dakota State 52-44 in our final matchup of the South Dakota NAIA Basketball Classic. This is our 8th and final game of the Classic. 4 games yesterday, 4 games today. Today we've had some really good games. Earlier today, 79-65 in the women's Mount Marty presentation game. And then the men's game came down to a point as presentation wins off of a last second free throw, 70-69. And then the big blowout here earlier as the Lady T's were defeated 106-45 by the Tigers. This one here, 44-52. The Trojans trail. They're being led by Daniels again as Kevin Daniels, 13 points, 4 rebounds, and an assist. McGreal off the bench has given him 10. He's had to because Falkers went to the bench early. He was 2 of 2 with 4 points, but got 2 fouls real early. And McGreal came in and gave him 10. 15 bench points for the Trojans between McGreal, Albers, and Farquay. For the Tigers, they're being led by Spicer, 19 points, 5 of 6 from the field, 9 of 9 free throws. Vandenberg with 10, and Hoagland with 9. Hoagland struggling a little bit, 3 of 10 from the field, 0 of 6 from three-point land. 4 of 13 for the Trojans from beyond the arc, 2 of 10 for the Tigers. Tigers are shooting over 58.5%, while close to 47% for the Trojans. The ball is going to go to the Trojans to start this second half as their starting 5, Boomsma, Johnson, Daniels, Falkers, and Arrington are on the court. Vandenberg, Drury, Smiley, and Hoagland and Spicer for the Tigers. And Daniels with it to start this half. Johnson, Boomsma between the legs, top of the key. Over to Johnson, inside, Falker, he goes up, Spicer redirects it. Spicer comes up with the rebound. 18 rebounds in that first half to 12 in favor of the Tigers. Inside, Spicer, reverse layup, no good. Vandenberg mistimed the jump. And ball comes out to the Trojans. And Falker's little baby hook as he gets his first points of the second half. Lead's been cut to 6. Smiley. Falkers is all over Spicer. 3-quarter fronting him. Spicer finds Vandenberg for 3. That one's no good. Rebound Arrington. Daniels with it. Inside Falkers. Well rested. He loses the handle. Bounces off the back of Drury and into the hands of Hoagland. Drury now over to Hoagland. Inside bounce pass. Spicer able to handle it, and he goes up and in for 2. So Spicer with the first basket for the Tigers here in this second half gives him 21. Daniels with it. Daniels, top of the key, clear out lane, drives, bounces around, no good. Hoagland comes up with the rebound. One and done on the shots here for both these squads so far in the second half. Hoagland over to Spicer, good rotation. Drury for three, nails it. Drury was 4 of 8 from 3 points last night and 4 of 8 total from the field, as he's 3 of 3 here in this game. Reverse layup, no good. Johnson tips it around. Hoagland comes up with the rebound. Spicer drives from the top of the key and does not fall. Foul will go against Falkers. Oh, excuse me, that one. That foul went on Arrington. So that's Arrington's second foul. Spicer, 10th free throw. Here comes the 11th. And he is 11 of 11 from the free throw line to go along with his 6 of 8 field goals, all in the paint. Such a dangerous player. He gets to the top of the key and starts to drive. Very gifted big man here for the Tigers. Falkers posting up. Boomsma for three. The lead has now been cut to 10. Into the corner. Smiley. Drury back to Smiley, over to Vandenkamp. Spicer with the screen. Missed the roll. Hoagland finds him. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Ball rolls around. Tipped away by Smalley. Goes back to the big guy, and we're going to have a blocking foul. And Spicer will shoot two. And Coach Larson is just beside himself. That's the third foul on Falkers. He's only got 6 points and 2 rebounds. After last night when he had put up 10 and 8. Spicer's free throw's good. Farquay checks in. And Falkers goes to the bench. That free throw is good. So Spicer 13 of 13 from the free throw line. He's got more points from the free throw line than anybody else has from the field. And we've got a foul called. And that foul was called on Vandenberg, his first. Afterwards, as Boomsma goes for three, front rim right into Spicer's hands. Smalley and Arrington were kind of having, as that one loses into Arrington's hands, Smalley loses it. Daniels back to Arrington for three, front rim no good. Farquay with it. Boomsma for three, no good. Rebound Spicer. So back and forth, offensive rebounds, 3-point shots. Spicer gives it to Smalley. Vandenberg, back to Spicer, back to Vandenberg. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Back cut, Hoagland, left hand up and in. Assist from Spicer. That's his 5th assist. 5 rebounds, 25 points tonight for Spicer. That goes up. No good by Daniels. Ball comes away. Trojans. Nice feed. Drury down the lane for 2. That's his first 2-point field goal this weekend, as everything else has been from beyond the arc. Lead is now 16. Boomsma. Farquay back to Boomsma. Boomsma spins, loses it. They're going to call traveling. Turnover on Boomsma, his third. 1 for 7 from the field for Brendan, with 3 assists and 1 for 6 from three-point land. Amadou back in. Spicer to Amadou. Hoagland with it. Into Spicer, back out. Drury pump fakes, drives the lane. He goes up, and he's going to be fouled, and he'll shoot 2. That's going to go on Farquay. Farquay, the 6'7" senior from Allen, Texas. Drury's free throw is good. And that free throw is good. 6 for 6 from the free throw line here in the second half. 22 of 23 for Wesleyan, as it's only 10 of 11 for the Trojans. 18-point difference. 12 of those coming from free throws. As we approach here the 14-minute mark, 18-point lead as the Trojans inbound the ball. Elder, McGreal, Farquay, Johnson, and Boomsma in. Farquay with it. Spicer guarding him, Farquay turns around and puts it in. Vandenberg, Drury, Hoagland, Spicer, and Amadou for the Tigers. Hoagland with it. And we're going to have a holding foul on Farquay. Farquay's first, team's fourth. Inbounds, Drury with it. Amadou into Spicer. Spicer spins, and in. Spicer now with 27. 14 of them in the paint. This is Johnson with it, dribbling, spinning, looking. Elder with it. Elder drives. He puts it up off the glass. Lead is 16 as the Trojans need to get a couple stops and get a run going here with 12 and a half minutes to go. Hoagland, Spicer, Vandenberg, short, rebound. We're going to have a foul, and that one's going to go on Drury. That's Drury's third. So there's the stop that was needed by the Trojans. Now to capitalize here. Elder with it. Head fake, goes up, loses the ball. He wants a foul. It's not going to get the call. Amadou with it. Amadou off to the side. Hoagland. Kick Spicer down the lane. Hands off to Smiley. He can't convert. And Smiley was out of bounds when he touched it here. Trojans basketball. Drury goes to the bench. Three-point shot, short. Rebound Spicer. As Kramer has come into the game. Hoagland for three, off. Charged after it, knew right away when he released it as McGreal comes up with the rebound. And we're going to have a hand check on Kramer. So Colin Kramer, 6'7" sophomore from Volga, South Dakota. As they're trying to figure out who's coming in and who's going out. Elder goes to the bench. As there's a discussion here. Boomsma is in, along with Arrington, Johnson. Daniels and Falkers. Daniels with it. Arrington into Falkers. Falkers spins. Hook shot rattles around and falls. Falkers now with 8. And ball's tipped away. Johnson comes away with it. Chance to cut into the lead even more here. Ball into Falkers. Falkers against Spicer. Spins around, up, basket good and fouled. I believe that's going to go against Kramer. And it is. It's a push foul on Kramer as Falkers now hits double digits, 5 of 6. And he's going to go to the front line for the first time tonight. As checking back in is McLeod. Falkers free throws good. Lead's been cut to 11. Slowly chipping away here is Dakota State. Stolen away by Johnson. Over to Boomsma. Boomsma up, blocked by Vandenberg. Amadou. He'll pull it back out. 3-point shot. Rattles in and out, no good. Rebounded by Arrington. As McLeod's shot does not go down. Daniels from the free throw line. In, good. 9-point lead. As Dakota State has cut into it, momentum is changing. Coach Matt Wilbur calls a timeout, and he's hot. And I can't tell if he's more hot at the officials or at the performance of his team right now.
It's metal. It's high tech. It's more than a job. It's a profession. Just 1 weekend a month, 2 weeks a year, or the opportunity for a full-time career. We'll give you the training and skills to work on this nation's most sophisticated aircraft.
11-2 run.
All we ask in return is your commitment to your country and community. Come find out more at goang.com.
67-51. So it's a 9-2 run, excuse me. Or 67-49. Yeah, it's 11-2 run. It was 67-49, so we're on an 11-2 run here since the 14-minute mark. So in the last 4 minutes, the Trojans are starting to claw their way back into this. That's Smiley with it. Vandenberg, Smiley, Hoagland, Spicer, and McLeod. As Spicer misses it, and they're going to call a foul. Larson has lost his suit coat already. As a timeout's going to be called. It's a full timeout. Foul's going to be called on Daniels. That's the 5th team foul. And Larson and his coaching staff is having a discussion. Now it's just Larson having a discussion with the officials on the foul call. (69-60) as that last foul is called on Daniels. That's Daniels' first foul as he's got 15 points, 6 of 14 from the
We are
field,
all
including
Edith.
1 of
To learn how
4
we are
from the
impacting breast
three-point
cancer care, visit
beyond the arc.
edithsanford.org.
4 of 13 beyond the arc for the Trojans. Last night they were 10 of 31. So not quite as many as shots, it's 5 of 18. But they are behind that pace as well. That's only 27%. And there's a discussion going on after Drury hit the deck. And that foul is on McLeod. No, excuse me. Things getting a little tight in there. That was on Drew. Spicer spins, no good. Rebounded by the Trojans. So Fulkers with that rebound. That foul was on Arrington. Daniels tries to get it in, blocked, and we're going to have a hold foul called on Spicer. (9:11) left, and if the last 9 minutes of this game, or the last 2 minutes of this game is any indication what the final 9 is going to be, this is just going to be gritty all the way down. Johnson for 3, good. Cuts the lead to 6. Vandenberg, Spicer, Smiley, over to Hoagland. Hoagland, and that's going to be a kick. And that will be on Boomsma. Boomsma and Hoagland, no strangers to each other, both playing in the Dakota 12 Conference. As that shot goes up, airballed and bounced on the line as Drury tries to save it. And the crowd on both sides is getting into it. Both benches on their feet, cheering each other on as Daniels now comes with it. Arrington through the legs of Falkers. Smiley comes up with it. Vandenberg. Extra pass. Drury from the corner. Front rim, no good. Rebound by Johnson. Daniels. Boomsma for three. Too strong. Rebound Vandenberg. Smiley with it. Into Spicer. One dribble up. No good. Good defense there by Falkers, who's playing with 3 fouls. And Johnson fell asleep. Daniels passed to Johnson. Johnson was not paying attention. Turnover, Trojans. Into the front court. Down to Spicer on the block. Kick back out. Ball movement around. Smiley. Hoagland. 7:20 left here in this game. Smiley for three. No good. And that's going to be on Falkers. That's going to be his 4th. As Drury's going to go to the line to shoot the 1-and-1 as the Tigers are in the bonus. Farquay checks back in. Falkers has got to go to the bench probably for about 2.5 minutes here. And we're going to have a lane violation, but the free throw is good by Drury anyhow. So a conversation with the officials on Arrington and Daniels to be patient. Lead is back to 7. 3-possession game. That free throw is good. The Tigers 24 of 25 from the line. The Trojans are 11 of 12. Boomsma. Daniels. Daniels, little jump shot and in. Cuts the lead to 6. Back to a 2-possession game. Spicer with it. Farquay on him. And we're going to have a foul on Daniels. And that's going to put Spicer back to the line again. Spicer to shoot a 1-and-1. Spicer, 13 of 13 from the free throw line this game. That one is good. 14 of 14. 28 points, 7 of 13 from the field, 7 rebounds, 5 assists for Spicer. And that free throw is good as well, as the senior from Sioux Falls is quietly putting a 29-point game together, if you can say a 29-point game is quiet. Daniels floats one. Hoagland comes up with it. Smiley. Spicer. Working time off the clock. Hoagland to Spicer. Hands off. Hoagland drives up, fouled by Daniels. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. Hoagland 4 of 12 from the field, 0 of 7 from 3-point distance. As a matter of fact, the Tigers are only 3 of 18 from 3-point shots. That's a 16.7% shooting percentage. That free throw is good, as he now goes 4 for 4. The only miss came from Amadou, back in the first half. That one's good. 12 of 12 this half. 29 free throw shot to 12 for the Trojans. It's a 10-point game. 17-point differential in free throws. Daniels drives, and they're going to call a blocking foul. Daniels laid down. He's hurt. Spicer comes up with disgust on his face. That's the third foul on Spicer. And they're going to say it's on the floor. It was not shooting. So it's the starting five for both schools on the floor. Hook shot. Fulker comes in and scores. So I said 3 minutes for him to sit. He sat about a minute and a half before he came back in. Let's see if they go after him with Spicer. Drury, Vandenberg, out to Spicer, top of the key, one dribble. Hoagland for three. That one's good. 78-67. So as Dakota State has clawed their way back into this, they had it down to as little as 5. Daniels goes, he's fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2 as that one's going to go on Smiley. That's his third. And Daniels goes to the line to shoot 2. Daniels 2 of 2. As he misses that one. Lead is 11. Feed inside Spicer for 2. So it was down to 6 at one point, 69-63. Since then, it's an 11-4 run as Daniels misses for the Tigers. Inside, Spicer with it. Spicer looks, scoop, no good. Rebounded by Folkers. Arrington with it. Over to Johnson. Under 4 minutes to go. Johnson. Drury pushes it down the floor. Smiley with it, up and in and good. And a timeout's going to be called by Dakota State as the bench all meets Drury on that steal. 82-67. At the 9:09 mark, at about 5 minutes ago, it was a 6-point lead. Since then, it's a 13-4 run by the Tigers, including a 7-0 run here in the last minute and a half. Larson called the timeout. They discussed what they're going to do here. 3:48 left. Jason Spicer to go along with 7 rebounds and 6 assists. Leading the way for Dakota State is Daniels. He's got 17 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. Dakota State outscoring Wesleyan 19-14 on the bench, but we knew that last night. The bench for Dakota Wesleyan only had 4 points as well. Amadou with 2 and Barden with 2. And tonight, it's Amadou with 2 and Barden with 2. And we're going to have a traveling call on Arrington. As good defense there by Drury. Drury is fouled by Arrington. Drury's free throw is good. 30 free throws this game for the Tigers. This is the 31st one. And 30 of them made. 30 of 31. As Drury is now 6 of 6 from the free throw line. Falkers hands it off to Boomsma. Boomsma to Johnson. Elder with it. Boomsma. Arrington for 3. That's off. Rebound by Spicer. That's 8. And Boomsma trips over Spicer. Spicer feeds Hoagland for another assist. 7 assists for Spicer to go along with 8 rebounds. And Hoagland now has 18. That one short by Johnson. Drury gets it to Vandenberg. Vandenberg down the right side. And Elder follows him. Vandenberg will go to the line to shoot 2 as the Tigers are in the double bonus. And free throw is good by Vandenberg. That free throw bounces in. So the lead is back to 11. Oh, excuse me. The lead is now 21. And Elder puts one in to cut it to 19. It was 6 points not too long ago. And we're going to have a foul on Arrington, and that's going to be his 5th, and he walks right to the bench. As Farquay comes back in, as we're having substitutions all over the place here with 1:51 left. So Arrington 2 of 6 for 6 points, 2 of 5 from three-point land, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, and a steal. As Drury shoots, Amadou back in, Kramer in, Barden in. That free throw is good by Drury. And McLeod in for Wesleyan. For Dakota State, Elder, Bechtel, McGreal, Albers, and Farquay. And Elder will bring it up across the front court. Bechtel, pump fake, back, Farquay from the elbow, too strong, rebounded by Amadou. Barden, pump fake on Farquay, up and in, and good. As Barden now has 4 points. Bechtel looking to hand it off. And going to the lane, no good, is McGreal. He's got 10 points off the bench tonight. And Amadou with it. Drury. Kramer for 3. Hits the rim, no good. Albers came down with that rebound. Albers with it. Pump fake into the lane. Scoops up, no good. Barden with the rebound. 32 seconds left. About 3-second differential. As it is a 23-point lead. Like I said, back at the 9-minute mark, it was a 6-point lead, 69-63. Since then, it has been a 25-4 run, and that's the end of the game as Dakota Wesleyan improves. And remains unbeaten as they will improve to 4-0. Dakota State drops to 3-2. Want to thank you for joining me this weekend. This has been a lot of fun. Tonight was Coach Matt Wilbur's 100th win. Congratulations to Coach Wilbur, as the player of the game has to be Spicer, as Jason Spicer, the senior, 8 of 15, 15 of 15 for free throws, 8 rebounds, 7 assists for 31 points.